Nice here for Fighting Pride with Dave Caldwell at the HAYE bellew 2 presser. Now that was as eventful as ever. What did you make of that press conference?
Yeah, we're alright. It was a bit of scouse banter, but I think weren't anything out of hand in that.
Any trash talk? You were very reserved.
Listen, it's not about us. It's about the fighters. That's all it's about. Where our job's to prepare the fighters, get them ready to go. Look after them on fight night. Give them a minute's worth of introductions in between each round, and that's about it.
I could see you grinning when HAYE's trainer got involved. That was quite comical.
Because
did you not want to step in?
No, because I know exactly what I was doing. He's looking after his man, because the thing about David A, he likes to be in control. He's a bit of a control freak. He likes to have everybody kissing his arse and telling him that he's great, he looks fantastic, this. But he's hearing an echo over there, and it's getting on his skin. All I'm doing is I'm looking at him at the side, and I'm looking at his eyes, I'm looking at his mannerisms in his face, and this cool, calm exterior that is portraying, when it's not natural, and when you're having to work at doing that, eventually it starts getting to you. And I think it was getting to him. He was getting a little bit irritated. When David gets irritated, he snaps, and I think his coach could spot that he was getting irritated, and just thought, right, I'll take away all the focus, and that's what he did. Salas is a cool coach. He knows exactly what he's doing. You know, you don't coach 19 world champions without knowing how to play a few mind games and knowing how to take the stress away from your fighters, and when to let them go and when to pull them back. I just think that's all that was.
The calmness of David HAYE has really added an interesting dynamic to this fight this time around. Yeah. As you just mentioned, a lot of fans think it's fake.
He couldn't really do anything else.
Did you anticipate this?
Yeah, before? Because you saw it in the ring straight away. It's just changed. He's fantastic with the media. It's fantastic. But trust me, Tony Bellew gets under his skin. And the way that he's looking to deal that is to deflect it by being calm, being cool. He's doing what Carl Froch did with George Groves in the second fight, being calm and cool, and letting George carry on trying to get in his ear. Same as that, where he thinks that Tony's trying to get in his ear. Tony's just being Tony. He's very good at irritating people if you don't know him. It's not that he tries to do it, it's just that he just picks you up on things that you might say, and so that's what winds you up, really.
It's interesting that you mentioned that Froch versus Groves fight, because the first one made this massive expectation for the second one, and the second one really didn't live up to those expectations. Are you sensing the same sort of thing this time around?
No, because I think both fighters will be better this time. And I think the stylistic makeup of these two fighters, don't get me wrong, it's going to be a fight where you're going to see boxing. I think you're going to see boxing, and then there's going to be moments of explosiveness where you covering your eyes, if you've got a vested interest in either opponent, and then it's going to settle down, and then it's going to go again, and then there's going to be a point where it's just going to go, and depending on who lands what, we'll know how long it goes for.
With the way it was going last time, they were just standing toe-to-toe throwing. What's it like for you as a coach in the corner of that fight?
As long as my man's doing it the right way, I don't mind him trading.
I mean, there were moments of absolute madness in that way. If either man had connected, there would be someone on the deck. Yeah. That's got to be really scary for you at that point.
It's not that it's scary, it's just that there's bouts of sometimes you can be a bit irritated because they're not doing what you've been doing in the gym. There's ways of trading, and there's ways of rolling that dice that you do it in a clever way, and then there's in a way where you just stick your chin up in air and swing away, and that's the kind of stuff that is going to get you knocked out. But if you're taking your head out and you're thinking about what's coming the other way, you can get away with it sometimes.
Have you both discussed a potential future in the heavyweight division? Not at all.
I've got. It's not that I've got no say. I've got no interest until this fight is done with. This is the difference between a Tony Bellew and a David A. David A was talking about Joshua and people like that. Well, all we're talking about is this fight. People want to ask questions about, are you going to fight Andre Ward? Are you going to fight whoever? Might do. Might go to cruiserweight. Might say heavyweight. Might do. But there's nothing where we're really interested in depth in thinking about. There's no thought in it. Yeah, so it's just answering people's questions like you're asking. It's just answering your question. There's no thought about it because behind closed doors we don't sit there and think, right, after this fight, what shall we do? Shall we go to cruiserweight or shall we stay at heavyweight? Shall we target him? Got no interest. All we talk about is winning this fight. That's all it's about is May 5th. Because if he doesn't do the job on May 5th, then all that talk about what comes after is irrelevant.
How annoying was it for you that there's always going to be inevitable questions on a victory in any sport, okay? But the fact of that injury...
Yeah, it's to be expected. You knew it straight away. But the thing is, the fight went as look at all the coverage from the press conferences before and interviews before. The fight went as I said it was going to go. So it was no surprise. I said beforehand that I wasn't bothered if we lost the early rounds. It was never about the early rounds. So people say, "Oh, you're losing on scorecards, you're getting beat." Yeah, but the fight was going as we were expecting. David A was missing and getting countered, and missing badly, and getting frustrated. And so it had kept on doing that. And when somebody's swinging and trying to hit you, it's easy to catch them with clean shots. So it is what it is. It's people's opinions. It doesn't matter. My opinion doesn't matter. It's just that somebody asks me an opinion. You ask me an opinion, I give it.
I think your opinion matters.
But in general terms, and in the grand scheme of things, in a fight, you come to me and say, "Who do you think will win, that fighter or that fighter?" I can only give you my opinion. That's all it is. It's my opinion. So my opinion might be a bit more informed because I might know the fighters, whereas you ask him over there, he's never seen them train, so he doesn't know. He's just giving an opinion what he sees in a fight. So any opinions are just varied and they're just your own personal opinion, but it doesn't have any bearing on the fight. And sometimes your opinion can be wrong. And so all the people that thought that he was never going to win a world title, their opinions were wrong. It don't mean that they were terrible people for saying that they were never going to do it, because if you're looking through, case in point, Carl Froch. I seen Carl Froch come through. I remember watching him box against Charles Adamo, and I looked at him, I thought, he's overrated. He's never going to win a world title.
Yeah.
What do you want to go on to do? So just like people have looked at him coming through his career and thinking, he's domestic level, he's crap.
But do you think Tony is the type of fighter where he'll always look for a reason of why people think that he can't win and uses that as motivation? He needs that motivation.
It's not that he.
He's just put himself down and called himself a fat man.
But that's what he is. That's what everyone looks at him as. It's not. Listen, if you compare, if you have him standing on this side and you have David A standing on this side, you tell me that you don't look like a fat man.
I think
it does in comparison. Right, but people have this.
One fight that he looked like he absolutely belonged in the ring with that.
But he has this. People have this perception that to be a fighter, you have to look chiseled. You have to look. You've got your abs and you're rippling and stuff like that. But if that was the case, many great fighters would never have been great fighters, because James Toney, how does he look? Even when he was at middleweight, he didn't look fantastic. Larry Holmes, one of the best boxers out there for a long time, he wasn't ripped up. Who had the best body with a spoon or Bruno?
Do you not think as a coach though you should be telling that you do look good?
It's not about how he looks. I don't care how he looks. I care about how he performs. I care if he can fight or not. I care if he can jab you, if he can make you miss, if he can land the body shots. I care if he thinks about his defence or not. I don't care about how he looks. I want him to be in the best physical shape that he can be to perform. Some fighters perform better when they're ripped up. Have you not noticed a lot of these great aesthetically looking fighters that are ripped up, gas?
Yeah.
Have you not seen a lot of these great aesthetically looking fighters with these abs that you can look and you're just shredded, can't take a body shot? It's all right looking good, but we're in the fighting business. Fighting and looking great, completely different. Because if not, then you'd have all these cover models on Men's Health and stuff like that walking around as world champions.
Are you anticipating David Haye to gas in this fight?
Only if we make him.
gets that far.
If we make him, you can do 12 rounds in your sleep if you can control pace and if it goes your way. But if somebody's making you do things that you don't want to, then yeah, you get tired. And yeah.
Okay, well, thanks a lot for speaking to us. It's been interesting. Thank you.